I always tell people that I never came out. My queerness was publicized by a procession of people as if it were published in a newspaper. Torrid tales told and truncated about me so tantalized that they would tie up any tabloid junkie. And in hindsight, I can appreciate that. By being forced out of the closet, I was forced to take all of the beautiful garments out with it. I was forced to fully step into my fabulosity to fortify my flame, to verify my viability, to establish my existence. Existence in my preteen years was a hell. Easily the worst years of my life. They say that your body begins to change at this time, but I didn't know everything else would change with it. I didn't know that I would be forced out of the faith I held onto since I was a child. I didn't know that I would have to learn how to protect myself from my own mother. Ephesians 6:4 states, "Provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." So what's nurturing about telling an 11-year-old that they're going to die from AIDS? What's nurturing about telling your only child that they're going to hell in a handbasket for being a homo? Did you think that by watering me with acid that I would flourish into the God-fearing fauna you would always hope for? Those praying hands felt like prying hairpins poking holes into my mental health until I was a shell of my former self. I descended into the depths of darkness I did not know possible. Dante's Inferno states that sodomites will be punished in the seventh circle of hell, condemned to wander a desert full of blazing sand and fiery rain. And that's how it felt navigating my identity without anyone to give me a sip of knowledge, without a scripture attached to it. It may not have rained fire, but it precipitated pages of persecution. You gay bashed me with the Bible and called it a blessing, fired words of brimstone at me that told me it was living water. You dragged me to the well of salvation, and tried to drown me in it, but I should not be the one drowning. I should not be the one drowning. I should not be the one drowning. Matthew 18:6 states that any of you who cause one of these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it is better for you to have a large millstone hung around your neck to be drowned in the depths of the sea. If that is the course of action for a stumble, then what is the punishment for when you cause a youth to fall face first out of their faith? I was a soldier ready to engage in spiritual warfare, but I didn't know that there was a don't ask, don't tell policy in the army of the Lord. So I was discharged from the Calvary, founded on Calvary, and in hindsight, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate being free from the chains that churches place on children, free from the pressures of purity that piety brings, and most of all, free to be myself without shame. I am viable and volatile and valid. Whether I'm my most vehement or ventilated, I'm valid. Whether I use my most verbose vernacular or a more vanilla version, I'm valid. So to all the little DeVon's out there, be as extra as you can be, as the capital V in your name, and prance to your heart's content. Trust me, in hindsight, you'll appreciate it.